Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all our worldwide audience and IIU UANs. I, Professor Nada Ratkovic, co-founder IIU Europe, the president of IIU Research Center, country director Croatia, and board member of IIU, heartily welcome and big warm enough to encompass you all from the International Internship University on this auspicious occasion of IIU Europe Conference. Sir Piyush Pandit, the visionary, the educationist, always had a dream to provide education to every learner across the world. He believes that the world is changing drastically, so there is a need to make changes in the education system. With this thought, Piyush Pandit concocted the world's first digital internship university, IIU. IIU is providing quality, skill-based, affordable, accessible, location-independent, and skill-based digital education to all the learners across the globe, along with internship opportunities and research facilities through its 1,000+ virtual courses to all learners across the globe through the platform of MIOC with the aim of promoting internships, opportunities, and research facilities to its learners. IIU is accredited with the World Education Organization and International Accreditation Organization, is collaborating with the all world's top universities and educational institutions. In a short span of time, IIU has spread its wings in 195 countries, 6 continents, with a team of 1,000+ experienced and qualified global educators across the world. IIU is registered in India, Australia, Nepal, and with USA government. Digital education by International Internship University is for all, without any hurdles, as per the own wish of the learners and without any financial stress, which is easily accessible in every corner of the world. Today, an amazing day. We are together again. We are together again at the IIU conference. A new vision for IIU youth, for youth from Europe, under the strong leadership of our IIU Europe head, Dr. Inga Kharchilava. So, I think now, before 2 days, 3 days, there was a celebration on 1 year when we started with this great IIU Europe conferences. And from then, every month there was one. In August were three. So we have so many conferences for the youth from IIU. But today we have great, eminent, esteemed educators from all around the globe. I mean, from Europe, you will see from Albania, we have from Georgia, we have, and also we have special guests who are not from Europe, but we always invited because we want to be worldwide, and it don't matter live we in Europe or we live in the USA. What to say about our youth in Europe? Uh, we know that IIU is a unique combination of traditional and modern methods of education. IIU Europe is created to share knowledge and revolutionize education to all the youth. So, what is our slogan? What is our motto? It is our youth is our future. So, let's hear the IIU youth voice in a new vision of Europe youth. We know that this year is a in Europe, it is a European year of skills. It started in the May and it will be till 20 May 2024. So educators will have a great opportunity to brush their skills, to learn so many new things, to do a lot of projects, to do a lot of things with the students. So Europe is offering a very, very, I can say, excellent education system we have. Professors, teachers, they are involved in so many projects, e-twinning projects on the European level. also in the internships on the world level. Now, the school year in some countries is over. The academician year will finish at 15 July. So I can say that the educators are already very tired because the year was really long, and especially now when we have so many deadlines to finish the projects, to finish exams, to do a lot of things which are necessary for us, because if our students don't go to school or to university, we still are working. We still are working, and we don't have the holidays. But I will not talk a lot. I will not talk a lot because we have here, I will show now to our audience an amazing educators. So you see our great Kakabel from Georgia, our great Nino from Georgia, first Georgian team, Nino, Tsaritse, Miriam, McMichael, Kakabel, Chakwete, and here we have great educators from Georgia. So English teachers. So I will not say everything at the beginning, but let me call our first eminent guest speaker. Who is our first today eminent guest speaker? She's coming from Armenia. She is well-known educator. She is Dr. Alisa Durgaryan. Welcome, Dr. Alisa. Enlighten us.
Good evening. One more time, I'm here. Thank you for the invitation, and I'm very glad to be here one more time and sharing experience, knowledge, and why not just to change our ideas and the experience that we have, because all of us, we are like, let's say, prominent representatives of education, and we try every time to share and to give more great ideas or experience, or why not magical, let's say, thoughts on education. Today I'm going to a little bit share something about the education, but not education just in general, education of the 21st century, because if we compare the education we had maybe 10 years ago, even 3 years ago, or before this COVID-19, it was totally different ones that we have today, because we are going to be another 21st century educators who are going to share their knowledge and experience from another point of view. 21st century education, it's not that the one where, for example, when we attend school, just having silence and sit just at the desk without sharing, without speaking, just listening, just, let's say, teacher-centered education. No, 21st century education is going to be like an education where student-centered education, because it gives a lot of opportunities for students to be active one, to be really ready for the tomorrow's society, for the tomorrow's community, and for the tomorrow's professional life and work. Because in this case, student just not sit at the desk, but he is the active member, the active in the center of the lesson, in the center of education. And it's very important nowadays to have such skills like critical thinking, metacognition, cooperation, collaboration. These are skills that every student should know, and also teachers should do everything in order to make our students just develop such kind of skills, because while collaborating, while having and developing, for example, critical thinking skills, it helps our students just to be more aware of everything, because the technology develops and it just tends to develop such kind of skills, because our youth, our teenagers, our students are not the ones, for example, when we were at their age, because they know maybe in some cases more information about technology, about the knowledge, even the subject, for example, when we teach, because they sometimes like one step ahead of us. And that's why it's very important to, one more time, just to stress the importance of 21st century education. But 21st century education, another component is 21st century teacher, who is 21st century teacher. If the student is the one who wants to develop such kind of skills, the teacher is going to be an educator, a global educator who is aware of everything. And in this case, 21st century teacher should know everything, let's say, because if you don't go deeper, not only in your subject, but also at the same time in technologies, in other fields too, because many years ago, maybe it was just relevant and it was just general, for example, to know only your subject, maybe some kinds of method or some kinds of technologies or strategies on how teaching your subject. Nowadays, it's not, it's less, let's say, more than we have to know, because for 21st century teacher, a teacher should know not only technology subject, maybe other fields and other sources too. And in order to be able to be flexible and at the same time to be able to adapt this information and to transfer to his field. Sometimes we as teachers, we can just attend, for example, if I am an English teacher, it doesn't mean that I should know only everything about English language. No, I can just attend as a teacher to biology seminars or maybe something from geography and try to take something, adapt and transfer to my field. Because being a 21st century teacher, it means first of all to be skillful, to be cooperative, and at the same time to be the one who can just be flexible in doing such kind of just having collaborative project-based, let's say, lessons. And in this case, teacher is going to be like a facilitator for the student and given opportunities the students to develop, to go, to be active, to know, to not only, for example, to share their ideas, but also through debating or through discussions, to share their ideas and why not to criticize in some cases, for example, or just to be able to be free to express their not only positive, but at the same time, negative ideas and thoughts on this topic. That's why as we 21st century teachers, we should just stress and at the same time give a great importance, a big role on helping our students to become more stronger, let's say, and more powerful at the same time, and be active and be free in expressing their ideas and thoughts on education, on different just spheres of education, and be able not only to say, but also at the same time to be able to insist in some cases to share, to discuss, and it will give them just for future to be active and ready member for the society. Because if today, for example, the student has an opportunity to share their ideas, tomorrow they will not be afraid of starting or taking a risk to go ahead and to become really a good and professional specialist in their field. That's why let's just encourage, motivate, and inspire our students as teachers to helping them and also in some cases just collaborating with them to go ahead and help them to become an active and inspiring member of tomorrow's society. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Alessa. Thank you, Dr. Alessa, for your great speech, for your informative, insightful. Yes, the students today are very different. I can say different, of us today, having the opportunity to be on the European level, on the international level, sharing ideas, doing, working on the projects with so many other students and learning on that way. I think that this is really great. This is great, and they are different today. They really, they can say they have. I can say, they know. They all want to be recognized. So that is good for the innovation, for invention, for everything, for the new technologies, for the fields for which they are educated. Thank you so much. Let us move from Armenia. We are
Thank
moving
you.
from Albania to Azerbaijan. With us is a great educator, Nigar Kalyova. Welcome, respected Nigar. Enlighten us with your speech.
Good evening, dear colleagues. I am from Azerbaijan, from Zaktala, which is far from Baku, but near to Georgia. I am happy to be in this platform again. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, but you also have a bad network, but I hope it will be good.
I hope that. Can you hear me right now? Is my
Yes,
voice?
yes, you are
Okay.
clear. Yes.
I am Nigar Kharchilava. I am from Azerbaijan. Today I'm going to give you information about how to improve listening in the classroom. Let me share the screen. Just a minute.
Nigar, I think that you will have a problem because your network is bad.
You can't hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, but when you share, I think that you will not. I try to share.
Just a minute. Can you see my screen?
Not yet. No, you didn't open. Yes, we see now. Yes. We see.
It's raining right now in our region, and now internet connection isn't good. Okay, can I begin?
Yes, Nigar, yes.
Okay. Today I'm going to give you information about how to improve listening in the classroom. We know that there are 4 skills for improving any language, and one of them is listening, and listening is the important things for learning any language. We know that 4 skills are listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Sometimes people think that grammar is so important thing to learn in the language, and all the people try to learn grammatical rules, and teachers try to teach grammatical rules, but the most important things, of course, is listening. We know that in the spoken language, listening is input and speaking is output. So we should listen first of all if we want to learn any language. Then we should try to speak in any language. And there are such kind of information here. Many language learners focus a lot on speaking. They don't spend as much effort on quietly listening, but listening is a vital skill for language learning. So, and hearing and listening, what's the difference about this? We hear with our ears, but we listen with our minds. So hearing is the passive thing, but listening is an active thing. If you want to learn any language, we shouldn't just hear, we should listen to it. And we know that listening skills appear first as a child learns to speak by imitating the sounds of the people around him or her. So let me show you some the activities that we can use in our classroom, especially teachers can use such kind of activities. First of all, listen and draw. What's that? I use this activity in my classroom and my students like this. What's that? The teacher or any volunteer can give any directions to the students. For example, the teacher can tell there is a house in the middle of the picture, in the middle of the paper, and there are 2 windows, a door. On the left hand of the picture there is a sun, maybe such kind of things, such kind of picture they can draw. The teacher give directions and the students try to draw. It's very good for listening. It's very good for active listening. Maybe we can use this as a teamwork. Students can sit back to back and give directions each other. It's also very interesting. Then what's another activity? It's listen and move. And it's also very good for as a listening activity. It's also called blindfold activity. In this activity, you can see that you can give directions to one of the students. You can tell turn right, turn left, go 3 steps, or so such kind of things. It's also good for improving listening. And broken telephone. Broken telephone, maybe all of the teachers use this interesting and funny method. In this activity, the teacher or student can tell any sentence or word to other students, and one by one, they tell their words or sentences, and at the end of this activity, many interesting words and sentences come out. It's also interesting. Then another method, maybe we can say listen and guess. Listen and guess is that you should maybe listen to any video without showing, without seeing this video. You can just listen and try to predict what happened there, how many people are there. It's very good for listening too. And another interesting activity is listen and complete. What's that? Children or students listens to the song. At the same time, they can have a lyrics paper. They can complete the words. When they listen, they can complete. And for this activity, we can only, of course, use listeningLyricsTraining.com. It's also a very interesting website. You can use this website. You can listen and write down the words that you hear. Another activity is listen and point. I think many of the teachers know this activity too. It's Simon Says. Children should listen and point the head or shoulder. But when Simon says, they hear, they shouldn't point any head or any part of the body. So these are activities, and I always try to use them, as they are also very useful. And I can give you some kinds of websites too. These websites also very important and useful for improving different skills, especially listening skills. For example, voice screen is very good for listening. You can hear different kinds of things here. Then Flipgrid is very useful, and Padlet if your students like. Just a minute. It's very good for writing. Padlet. They can write the essays here. Yellow, English. They are so important websites. So, can you hear me?
Thank you. Thank you, great Nigar. It was amazing. It is not only useful for your students, it is very useful for us because if we want to improve, if we want to improve our English, we really need to listen and we need to know how to listen. And you give us so many advices, so great tools. So thank you. Thank you so much for sharing because we are here to share our knowledge and also to learn. We need to all learn more and more every day. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now let me go. Moving from Azerbaijan, going to Georgia. I want to invite a great educator, Dali Dolidze. Dear Dali, you are welcome.
Good day, everyone.
Good day, good afternoon.
My name is Dali Dolidze. I am a public school music teacher. Today, I would like to present to you my topic, project-based learning technology in music lessons, concepts, goals, stages, and methods. Modernization of education means focusing both of students' acquisition of knowledge and the development of cognitive and creative abilities of each individual. In the modern education and process, many different teaching methods are used. Their purpose is to develop and increase creative interests and abilities of each child. The project method originated in the United States in the early 20th century. It was also called the problem method, and it was associated with the ideas of the humanistic direction in philosophy and education, which was developed by the American philosopher John Dewey. He proposed to build learning through a student's active participation, taking into account their personal interests in specific knowledge. In modern pedagogy, the project method combines a problem-based approach. Groups method reflective presentation, research, search, and other methods. In project-based teaching, the learning process moves away from standard thinking and a student becomes an active, interest, equal participant. In project method, teaching method is an essential component of the educational process today. Then organizing work on a project in a musical lesson. Several points are important, such as the theme of the musical project must be relevant. It is necessary to involve all students in the work, offering each task in accordance to their level of musical competencies. While performing the works, students can talk about the works of composers, the history of the creation of musical instruments, express their own opinions, create their own scripts, prepare concerts, musical newspapers. By using the project method in the lesson, it is possible to achieve several goals at the same time, expand children's horizons, combines the study materials, create a festive atmosphere in the lesson, organizing an exhibition of students' creative works on the walls of the classroom. The project is implemented according to a certain scheme. One, preparation for the project. When creating a learning project, a number of conditions must be met. Preliminary study of individual abilities, interests, lives, experience of each student, selection of the project topic, formulation of the problem, organization on project participants. Working groups with students are formed. Each group has its own task. During the distribution of responsibilities, students' tendency to logic reasoning, forming conclusions, and developing project work are taken into account. Pre-implementation of the project. This step is related to the research, the discussion of the collecting information and its documentation. This can include drawings, musical performances, newspapers dedicated to a musician. 4. Presentation of the project. Students should present their prepared materials to their classmates. Ways of project implementation or presentation are important for the analysis. 5. Summary of project work. Project-based learning involves making students active. They have to acquire new knowledge by themselves, find photos and drawing, edit music, and record independently. Project, animated film, year 1, output. Children perform the song while making the presentation. Purpose to create a presentation pictures for a song. At the stage of studying the content of the songs, children created their own project animated film. Children in group are given a task to draw a slide on a specific words of the song. In group, children agree on who will prepare what so that the pictures are not reflected. Project My Musical Instruments, Year 2, output. Students make rattling noise musical instruments. They present these instruments to the class and show how to make them. Purpose to create a group of rattling and noisy instruments in the classroom to put them in practice. Task making rattling noisy instruments, preparing instructions or on how other children can make the same instruments. The project work. A teacher explains that there is an extraordinary work ahead and it will be necessary to divide students into groups. Emphasis should be placed on the importance of the product that children have to make, invent and make noisy instruments from improvised materials such as jars, lights, grains, buttons, disposable cutlery, etc. To use them in the lessons while accompanying musical works. It is necessary to give recommendation which will enable other students to make exactly the same instruments. A teacher asks the children to find at home and in the street everything that can make unusual noises. Using this research, try to make a rattling noisy instrument. In case of difficulty, you can ask your parents or a teacher for help. Describe how and from what material the same instruments can be made. Tell the children in class about your instruments and show them how it sounds. Final output. Students develop attention, thinking, communication, presentation, artistic, creative skills. Project in the land of musical secrets, year 3. Purpose and content. The project aims to transfer the material covered by children into long-term memory, such as musical terms, names of composers, titles of works, and musical genres in the form of different types of musical riddles, crossword riddles, rebus puzzles, etc. Product, wall newspaper with musical riddles for the teamwork. Objective of the project to develop and compile musical riddles, to design the best of them for participation in the competition of musical walls newspaper. Materials, reference book, musical textbooks, 4 sheets of paper, a set of felt tip pens and colored pencils. Project musical instruments, year 4. Topic, excursion, a trip to the orchestra of Georgian folk instruments. Purpose, to introduce Georgian folk instruments. A group of children prepares short report about the instruments and present them in front of the class, acting as a guide while showing the illustrations. Other groups will act as musician and performed small improvisation on the simplest instruments, drums, percussion, and wind instruments. As a result, children get to know Georgian folk instruments not passively but actively. They learn to make for necessary and interesting information, learns to choose the best guide, and also play musical instruments that they bring for home. Project musical fairy tale, year 5. Purpose to create and compile fairy tales about the magical power of musical, to create a collection of musical fairy tales. Pedagogical goal of the project. Development of artistic, aesthetic, creative abilities in primary school students, formation or communication skills, abilities of groups cooperation during role play, instilling interest in music, active and positive attitude. Roles, authors, illustrator, project manager. Task, develop, compose, and illustrate fairy tales in which musical will play the main role. Decide what you want to say in your story, how your idea relates to their criteria on the task sheet. Project type music in the theater, cinema, television, year 6. Objective to create a collection of songs from famous children movies and cartoons with a common theme. During the preparation of the project, children prepared and answered to study questions in groups. What does music have in common with literature? What would happen if there was no literature? What would music be like if there were no poetry or fiction? In the lesson, children find answers to problematic questions using the acquired knowledge. What would happen to literature if there was no music? Are music and literature friends or enemies? Answers to educational and problematic questions help children answer the main questions of the lesson. It is possible to draw a precise line between art, music, and literature. While working on the project, a large amount on information materials is processed and summarized. Students use material not only from books, newspapers, and magazines, but also from internet resources. All students of the class are involved in project learning, which contributes to a high level of knowledge of the subjects. Project-based learning contributes to the development of students' cognitive skills, the ability to independently form and express knowledge. The students are given the opportunity to test themselves in different areas. The whole activity of the students is focused on the formation of his or her thinking, which is based on personal experience. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you. Thank you, great Dolly. Thank you. I'm not a teacher from musician, but I really enjoy. I also play guitar, so I know so many things, but today when I listen to somebody, this is really an art for our kids. This is amazing subject. Also, this needs, you need to be creative, you need to have things, but I always say you don't need to singing, playing, so you can practice that. It was amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
From Georgia, we are moving to Azerbaijan again. We have educator Aytan Makaranova. Welcome, Aytan.
Good evening, all teachers, dear Nadia Ratkovic and other teachers, qualified teachers. I'm here. I'm honored to be here and to share my experiences with such kind of qualified teachers. Okay, I'll share my screen. Just a moment. Okay. I think I have a problem. Just a moment. No, thanks. Yes. Just a moment. Yes. Okay. I also want to introduce myself. My name is Aytan Makaranova. I'm from Azerbaijan. I teach English since 2000. I have 23 years experience. And today I want to talk about also listening skills and how to teach listening skills. I want to notice 5 types of listening: discriminative listening, comprehensive listening, empathic listening, analytical listening, and appreciative listening. Discriminative listening is a foundational to the other levels. For example, being adept with discriminative listening puts students in a better position to listen for specific details, that is precise listening, use vocal expressions and nonverbal cues to make decisions about the speaker's message, strategic listening, use nonverbal cues to determine a speaker's perspective, critical listening, and use sounds to appreciate what they are listening, appreciative listening. These are ways that foundational discriminative listening skills come into play in other listening levels. Students can be adept with one type of listening, yet not with another, and they can develop listening skills at all levels simultaneously. Discriminative listening, listening with attention to details that give you clues to the speaker's emotion or state of mind. Emphatic listening is the highest level, requires concentration, retention, and judgment, as well as empathy. Precise listening helps ascertain specific information. Teaching children how to recall details, how to paraphrase information, how to follow spoken directions are the types of skills that call for precise listening. Strategic listening is basically helping students listen for understanding, teaching students how to connect the ideas they are hearing with their prior knowledge about the topic, how to summarize information, how to compare and contrast information, and how to make inferences are skills associated with strategic listening. This level calls on listeners to concentrate on the intended meaning. Critical listening is all about helping learners not to comprehend the spoken message, but how to evaluate it. They are able to scrutinize and analyze the message, looking for logic and statements that either support or negate the stated message in order to be convinced that the speaker is credible. Teaching students how to recognize bias, distinguish among fact and opinion, and detecting propaganda techniques are skills that enable them to listen critically. Appreciative listening is appreciating the overall style of the speaker and is fairly individualistic. As we listen at this level, different aspects of what we are hearing catch our attention. This is why some might enjoy listening to some types of poetry, songs, musical scores more so than others. Teaching students how to recognize the power of language, appreciate oral interpretations, and understand the power of imagination are ways to help learners become appreciative listeners. 7 guidelines for teaching listening. Pre-listening period. First, set a goal. According to Funk and Funk, it's important to have a goal or purpose for every listening activity. First, begin by stating a purpose. This will give students guidance to know where to focus, enabling them to achieve success. Second, build background. Next, help students connect what they already know with what they will hear in the audio story by asking questions about their personal experiences with the topic. Explain what students need to understand before listening. Review vocabulary words. Invite them to think about relevant prior knowledge. Anticipate the subject of the story or otherwise engage actively in preparing for the story. Prepare the environment. If playing the story out loud to the whole class, limit distraction by making environment at home or in school as quiet as possible. For instance, use headphones for listening if appropriate, and introduce tools and strategies for successful listening. Step 2, teaching during listening. Scaffold note-taking. Students can use a listening organizer to help them focus on important ideas and details while listening to the story, which can help to deepen their understanding. For example, listening organizers might include T-charts, Venn diagrams, or blank page to keep track of the character's action in the story. Such organizers can guide students in taking notes to help them focus their listening and teach them strategies to support comprehension in other contexts. Explain problem-solving strategies. If students don't understand a word or idea, they can use clues from the story to make a guess. If they are listening independently, they can stop the audio and sing or listen again as needed. They can be problem-solving listeners. These strategies should be taught before students begin listening, with reminders provided as needed. Step 3, post-listening. Reflect on the audio story. Finally, engage students in synthesizing and what they learn from listening to the story with a focus on key understanding goals. For example, ask students to respond to listening comprehension questions in writing and then share their responses. This could either be with a partner, small group, or in front of the whole class. Discuss key themes in the story and encourage students to make connection to the other texts or experiences. Students can respond to questions about the story through writing, speaking in conversation, recording themselves speaking, or a combination. Main tips for active listening. Listening is an important skill in all areas of life, whether you are supporting a loved one through health problems, dealing with colleagues, or in family relationships. But most of us aren't as good at listening as we'd like to think. When we show we are really listening, it's much more rewarding for the person talking to you, and you will get more out of it too. This is called active listening, and it can help avoid misunderstanding and reduce the potential for conflict. Here are some easy ways to make your communication more effective and make the other person feel more valued. Face the speaker and have eye contact. Eye contact is an important part of face-to-face conversation. Too much eye contact can be intimidating, so adapt this to the situation you are in. Try breaking eye contact every 5 seconds or so, you are listening attentively. When you look away, looking to the side or up, better than looking down, which can seem like you want to close the conversation. Listen to the nonverbal cues too. Facial expressions, tone of voice, and gestures can tell you just as much what is being said in words. Pay attention to what the other person is saying with their body language. Are they smiling, or are their arms crossed defensively, or are they rubbing their eyes as if they are tired or upset? Even on the phone, you can learn a lot from other person's voice, which might sound subdued or upbeat. Stay focused. If you are finding it difficult to focus on what someone is saying, try repeating their words in your head as they say them. This will reinforce what they are saying and help you to concentrate. Try shut out distractions like other conversations going on in the room. And definitely don't look at your phone. Ask questions. Asking relevant questions can show that you have been listening and help clarify what has been said. If you are not sure if you have understood correctly, wait until the speaker pauses and then say something like, did you mean that? Or I'm not sure if I understood what you were saying about. Paraphrase and summarize. Sometimes called reflecting, this is repeating what has been said to show that understanding. This may seem awkward at first, but really shows you have been paying attention and allows the speaker to correct if you haven't understood correctly. If you are not sure how to do this, try starting a sentence. Sounds like you are saying. Repeating what has been said really shows you have been paying attention and allows the speaker to correct if you haven't understood. And remember, practice makes perfect. And I think this is all my presentation. I try to teach listening comprehensively in my lessons using all these strategies and make my lessons more effective and enjoyable. Thank you very much, dear colleagues. I'm so happy. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It was really great. We really enjoy in your presentation. And what I want to say, I learned that we have 5 types of listening. Yes. So we go through each of this. You explain us the discriminative, the comprehensive, yes, the empathic, analytical, and appreciative. So I like this, understanding the feeling of the speaker, though. So each one is very important, and you really explain us this great. So these main types of listening today, I can say listening the same topic on a different way. This is really great. This is really great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, dear Ayten. Thank you. I learned really today a lot about this listening.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. From Azerbaijan, we are moving to Egypt. We are moving to Egypt, and we have a great educator, Heba Otman. Welcome, dear Professor Hema, enriching us with your great speech.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Can I'll share my screen? Just a minute.
Yes, Dr. Heba, you can.
Can you confirm, please, that you can see my screen?
Great, I see. I like it.
Okay, thank you. So good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on your time. Here in Egypt, it's like 7:39 p.m. So I'm really privileged and honored to be among such great professional educators. It's really an honor for me. Thank you so much for this invitation. Let me just introduce myself quickly and briefly for you. So this is Dr. Heba Osman. This is Dr. Heba Osman. I'm applied linguistics lecturer. My PhD and my master's degree are in applied linguistics. And I'm also a teacher, certified teacher trainer. I'm TESOL and TEFL certified. I've been teaching for 25 years, applied linguistics in different universities, institutes, and international schools, and teaching English as well. Besides, I'm a teacher trainer. I am a coordinator of one of the SIGs, or a special interest group in Nile TESOL in Egypt. I don't know if you hear about it or not, but it's a nonprofit organization for empowering teachers all over the world. And we usually have many webinars. And of course, you are all welcome to attend. I'm going to send you links for these webinars. You can come and join us in the future, inshallah. Yeah, like every month we are doing this. And finally, I'm the COO and founder of Inuvia Ed, which is an online academy for empowering teachers and training them. So my topic today is about the personal touch, the synergy of AI and personalized learning. So let me jump into the presentation. Before I start, can I ask you please to type a sentence, one sentence, or you can just unmute and tell me a sentence to relate these two photos together. Who can guess? Only one sentence to relate these two photos together? Would you like me to give you some hints? So look at the suit of the cat.
If we eat a lot at McDonald's, maybe we will have a head of a cat. Who knows?
Okay, this is out of the box. Okay, look at the suit of the cat. Can you relate? Can anyone relate, guys? Can anyone try? You are tired?
Here somebody's writing delicious hamburgers.
Okay, but I want a relation, my dear. I want a relation between the two photos. The cat and Elon Musk. This is Elon Musk, if you know him, of course. So
Yes.
I'm giving you many clues. Elon Musk, the suit, a cat. Any ideas? Okay. Yes, we have something else here in the chat box.
Just the same man.
Okay, the same man. Okay, maybe. Okay. Any other ideas? Okay, let me move to another. Let me move to another. Here, this is a code, a real code actually, by the CEO of the Alphabet. He says that artificial intelligence will have a more profound impact on humanity than what? Electricity and the internet. Look at the photo and try to guess the missing word. Look at this photo, this picture. What can you guess? It has a profound impact on humanity. Then what? The photo. Guys, the photo. What do you have in the photo here? Any ideas?
Can I say something?
Yes, please go ahead.
Maybe it sounds a bit weird, but we'll become like robots.
No, but can you hear? Check what does this robot have?
Fire. It's fire.
Fire. Yes, exactly. So actually, this is the code. This is the code, which is this is a real code, guys. Right? More than fire. You got me? So here we have like two activities. I started with these two activities, and I just want to ask you why. Why did I use them? What is the objective here that I started this with these two activities? Any ideas? Just to have fun, to entertain you? What do you think?
Motivate. To motivate.
Motivate. Okay, and what else?
Can I add something, please?
Sure,
I
go
think
ahead.
anticipate the topic, yes.
Yes, and what else? Like when you look at the, like if we have time, of course, I'm just trying to move quickly, but if we have time, I think many of you will give me many sentences relating to the two photos. So in this case, I'll be introduced to what? Your personal, your interests, right? What you like, what you don't like, your ideas. Maybe you like photos, maybe not. So maybe you are a visual person, maybe you are not. Maybe you have different ideas, different perspectives. So the thing is that every one of us has a unique style, right? So this is the main idea here for doing this activity, that visual learners rely, for example, on images. Others are auditory. Others learn best with linguistic instruction, right? So we are doing this, or we are doing these activities to check our students, right? We need to check the different types of learners, because as we said, that our students are not the same, right? Are not the same. Each one has his unique style. Each one is learning by his own pace, and again, according to the way he understands things, right? So that was the main idea. So the big question here, how can we personalize our classroom to meet the needs of all students using the AI tools? So this is our big question for today. So in today's agenda, we're going to talk about like different ideas. We're going to talk about, or we're going to introduce to personalized learning and AI, what they are, the benefits of personalized learning, the benefits of AI in education in general, synergy of AI and personalized learning, and we're going to give like some examples, real examples, and websites to help students or to help the teacher to personalize the learning process. So first things first, what's AI? And I guess all of us know what's AI. So it simply stands for artificial intelligence, and it's the simulation of human intelligence processed by machines, especially computer systems. AI allows machines to learn from experience, adjust to new inputs, and perform human-like tasks. And as we said today, AI is a game changer. Like everyone is saying this, and it's really mind-blowing. Everyone is thinking and talking about AI, right? What about personalized learning? What is personalized learning? So personalized learning is an approach to education that tailors instructions for each student's individual's needs, abilities, and interests. And this is what we try to do at the very beginning. Personalized learning allows students to learn at their own pace, as I said, and in a way that's most effective for them. Personalized learning is focused on meeting the unique needs of each student. So this is what I meant by personalized learning. Okay, now what are the benefits of personalized learning? Why are we encouraging teachers to do this? Because first of all, it's really helpful in highlighting students' strengths and passion, developing various life skills, improving students' self-awareness and motivation, as some of you here said, helping teachers manage students more effectively, giving the students a say in their own learning. This is what we call learners' autonomy. And this is really, really very important, especially in 21st century. And high levels of knowledge retention by students. So that's why, these are like some of the benefits of personalized learning. And of course, personalized learning is like the idea of differentiation. So teachers can differentiate using content, using process, using product, using learning environment. And this actually according to the students' readiness, interests, and learning profile. That's why at the very beginning of the academic school year, we try to get to know the students, to know their learning profile, interests, and readiness. So now we come to the most important or the crucial here thing, the synergy here between personalized learning and artificial intelligence, which is really crucial to or to all our teachers, and they should have like awareness and knowledge about. AI and personalized learning can work together to provide individualized instruction and feedback to students, can analyze students' data, personalized learning can provide a flexible and adaptive learning environment that can be tailored to each student's individual needs. So here we have some examples from some websites that can help you as a teacher to personalize your classroom. So here we have like two websites. I don't know if you tried them or not. One of them is called Explain Like I'm 5. The other one is called Perplexity. Explain Like I'm 5, it will give you a very simple definition, okay, for any topic. Perplexity is more complex. So here, if you have like some students that you know that they're weak. So you can give like these two websites. So for example, you're asking them for a certain definition or a topic. So you can give the student that you know that they are good at English, or they can actually search by themselves and they can understand, and their ability or their let's say their personal abilities can help them to use this website. And the other one for, yes, you are going to search, but you're going to use Explain Like I'm 5. One other activity that you can do, that you can use Explain Like I'm 5 with all the students, but with the high achievers, those who finish early, you can ask them to add more to the definition. You got me? So here you are working with both students, either those who are weak or others who are high achievers or who can finish early. So this is one activity we can use here. Another activity here we can use using Pictory, and Pictory here is really very nice website which can change script to video, article to video, and sometimes visuals to videos. And we're going to use the 6 thinking hats. I guess all of you know the 6 thinking hats. Each hat has a focus. One of the hats focus on emotions, other on facts and logic, other on the drawbacks, other on the like hopeful side of something. So for example, I'm going to tell the student, how can AI help you in learning English? Okay. And I'll ask each one of them to use one of these prompts. So use a script, any script, and change it to a video. And then use an article that you read and change it to a video. Use some visuals and change them to a video. And then I'll ask them to use the 6 thinking hats. So for example, if I ask them to use AI in learning English, so what is the emotional effect? Then the other one is going to use like logic. Other one is going to talk about the drawbacks. Other one is going to talk about like the positive sides. So here we have 6 thinking hats, we have AI, and so we have like personalized learning in our class. So this is another website and another activity. This website is really amazing and all students like it. It's called Character AI. So here in this case, you can choose one of famous characters and you're going to make a conversation with these characters. Okay. Of course, it's a fictional conversation. It's not a real one. So all the answers are not true, or maybe some of the answers are not true. So you're going to ask your students now to go and search for the real information, real bio of these like famous characters. Here you're using personalization and you are working on the higher order thinking skills. They're going to compare, they're going to analyze, they're going to like give results. You got me? So here again, we are not only focusing on, because I guess one of my colleagues said higher order thinking skills or critical thinking skills are really important skills in the 21st century. So we can use this website for such an activity. AI can help teachers create, as we said, tailored or customized material. So you can use one of these chatbots, ChatGPT or Google Bard or Poe or whatever, and you can use like ask them to produce reading passages that have that are below level or on level or above level. And can you see here that we have some highlighted parts? So you will see the difference here. And you give them to your students. And again, you ask ChatGPT or whatever to give you again questions. And these questions again will improve or will foster the higher order thinking skills. So here you are using what? You are using what we call using these chatbots. Another activity you can do with this, you can give these different passages to the students and ask them, as I said, to compare. What is the difference? Here, this is the sun was shining. Here, shining brightly. So what did we add here? Why did we add this word? What is the importance? Does it make the text different? Does it make the text more vivid? So again, you are helping your students, you see? So you can ask any of these bots and use them in education. Well, this activity is really nice. And again, it's called Reach. I'm sorry. It's called here, Read, Teach, and Enrich. Reteach and enrich. Here you can check like some students who are really masters, or as we said, they demonstrated mastery, so they're really excellent students, and other students who didn't understand what you said. So you will ask your students to reteach the topic using this website. It's called Steve AI. And again, we have text to video, we have text to animation, we have even tweets. So they can use these resources to reteach the topic to the students. And again, it will be amazing activity because the students or the weak students will think that, well, it's an activity, like students here are collaborating together, are helping each other, right? So this is one thing. Connection of photos. Students like this activity. You can show them different photos, try to connect them and form a story, right? How are they connected? In what way? So again, this will help students to demonstrate and to show their ability to connect and write maybe short stories. This website is called DIT, and this is for, of course, creating avatars. And the activity here is called, can you correct your celebrity? So you ask your students to use one of the photos of the celebrities and actually create an avatar. And they may say some grammatical sentences, okay? So they may say some grammatical sentences, and you ask your students to correct them. You see, so you're going to write the text incorrectly. So this, because here students will be interested in what in using their famous celebrities. So the sentence is incorrect. Okay, so each one of them is going to form an incorrect sentence. Other students try to what? Other students try to correct these sentences. So for example, here, I guess this has to do with redundancy. So we have the word difficult and dilemma. Okay, so here, this is what we call redundancy. So students here are going to correct, and they're going to have fun because, again, they are using their celebrities. This activity, and actually this activity, to be honest, is not mine. It's one of my teachers. She gave her students a prompt. She's using Writer or Copy AI. This is for, again, writing a website. And she asked them to write the fairy tale Cinderella with the sci-fi elements, in 100 words. And then write an acoustic poem to describe Cinderella. Write one different ending to fairy tale Cinderella. So guys, here, these are different activities for different students, you see? And here we have differentiation, here we have personalization. Then we can move higher to higher order thinking skills and ask students to compare. So if we have here sci-fi elements, what made this story different? So what are the sci-fi elements and how did they add to the story of Cinderella? And of course, this is a famous story. That's all. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much. And I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your interesting presentation. Really, it was very informative.
It was great. It was a great presentation. Yes, thank you for us. A very also important topic today, talking about artificial intelligence. You get us and introduce all about this learning. We need to know what is personalized learning. So what are the benefits of that type of learning? How to recognize the benefits of AI in education, the synergy. You gave us so many examples. And yes, we need to think about these challenges and these risks, what we have today from the artificial intelligence. Thank you. Thank you. It was really Dr. Heba. It was a awesome and wonderful presentation and speech and
Thank you so much.
explanation of
Appreciate it. Thank you so
everything.
much.
Thank
Appreciate it.
you.
Thank
We
you.
are really honored to have you today
you.
with us.
And,
Thank you.
and I'll
Thank
be
you so
honored to
much.
have you. I'll be honored to have you all in one of our webinars in Nile TESOL in Egypt. It's for free. I'm going to send you the link and you can join, inshallah. I'm going to send it to, I think, to the one who, Miss Shalala, I guess, her name.
Yes,
This
Miss
is the link name?
Shalala. Yes,
Okay,
yes,
Shalala.
yes. Miss
So I'm going to
Shalala
send her to
will.
the one. She's an amazing person, by the way. I like her so much, although we didn't meet. But again, I'm going to send her the link.
Thank you.
You are all invited to attend our webinars. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much. Now we are moving to Georgia because in Georgia there is a very bad time and no electricity. So let us try with our great educator, Eliko Akobia. Welcome there, Eliko. Eliko? or
Yes,
what?
yes.
You are here. Great.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I am Alika Kopia from Georgia, an English teacher. I share my screen. Education. Is it visible, please?
Yes. Can you put a full screen,
Okay.
Aliko?
Okay.
If you can. Okay, great, great.
Education is a process of systematic education, which is consequently aimed at the development of one moment, please. A person. Education also means results. The main way of getting education is studying in educational institution, which is closely related to upbringing. In this process of education, self-education, cultural educational institution, and participation in public lab activities are of great importance. The general and special professional level of education is determined by the requirements of public relations, science, technology, and culture production. Historically, a stereotype has been formed about education that the family, school, university, etc. organize this process for children and young people, and their duty is to study everything thoroughly, that is to actively receive the material to be studied. Since the 20th century, it has been realized that intrinsic motivation is a crucial factor for successful learning. Accordingly, in the 70s and 80s of the 20th century, the education system was reforming in various countries. However, there were many opponents of this trend who believed that too much freedom had created a consumer's approach to the education process. The process of globalization encourages humanity to raise the entire system of upbringing and education. Throughout history, at every new stage, humanity constantly expresses dissatisfaction with the state of education and asks the question, what should education be like today and how should it develop, taking into account the requirements of tomorrow? The search process it developed taking into account the requirements of tomorrow. The search process, like the development of humanity itself, it continues, and those of us who are carried away by reformist ideas forget in most cases not the subject or object of education, but the person for whom and for whom the system was created, a child, a student. What is education? When thinking about improving and reforming the current education system, one asks oneself the question, what is education? Let's take a look at the opinions expression by thinkers from the 15th century to the present day. We think that the ideas expressed on education will be interesting for both young people and adults who have to learn and teach in the 21st century. In schools, the main principle of education should be to form men and women who will be able to do something new and not just repeat what previous generations have created. Education is not about how many charts you have in your memory or even how much you know. Education is a skill that allows you to distinguish between what you know and what you don't. Education is the most powerful tool you can use to change the world. And the purpose of education is to teach us to love beauty. All sources of honesty and dignity come from education. Among the factors of education, the conversation in the child's native home has the greatest influence. Education directs the human soul to the best goal and makes the best of them. Education levels the playing field and allows everyone to compete. Let's look at education as a way to develop our abilities, because within each of us there our personal hopes and dreams, the fulfillment of which can turn into the good of all of us and the strength of our nations. While educating our children's minds, we must not forget to educate their ears as well. Education is the ability to listen to almost anything without losing patience and self-belief. The secret of education lies in respect for the students. My mother used to tell me that I should be in learned of ignorance, but I realized that someone who did not get a chance to go to school could be illiterate. Education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. These words belong to Nelson Mandela. What is education? The answer to the question clear to everyone at a glance. Education is a social science that studies and promotes the development of human physical, intellectual, and moral skills. The main way of getting education is studying in educational institutions. Education is the greatest treasure, the most powerful weapon in human life, and in our exhaustive source and inexhaustible candle, symbol of human ennoblement. As the great Eli said, education is like the sun, which does not shine so that it does not warm, at the same time and does not warm so that it does not shine. We have said only a little about performance, and the people are not detached from the relates that can be achieved through education. They do not compare education with such light as I. We find in Churchward's Passenger's letters, he was a writer. Nowadays, all members of the society agree that education is a necessary prerequisite in human life. Why? From an economic point of view, you have probably thought about the fact that each parent invests a lot of money for their child's education. First, let's start from the fact that prepares their child from the school period with additional teachers, which is related to expenses. They pay tuition fees at the university, and in our case, often the rent of an apartment is added to this. Cultural importance of education. It is a source of knowledge of values by a person. School is a necessary prerequisite for our education. Humanitarian science helps the person to get to know the past traditions, custom of his country, who were his ancestors, what great treasures and glories that they left for us, and in this way to make the right choice for the future, which will encourage him to create a better life and show his future generation the example and strength, as he created today of the past of his ancestors. I believe that everyone, regardless of their levels of education, should know the past of their country and, most importantly, their area. We are not to try to be interested only in the culture of rich countries and put all our history aside. Education is necessary in order to think is right and not to be ruled by others. We must follow the path that will be beneficial for the future of our country. No matter how much others suggest to him, we will still not change the mind. He will think carefully and make the right decisions. Personal. Every person has his own plans and aspirations according to which he should create his own future. A person should see the talent in himself and to see the works that he is good and it will be pleasant. He should make the right decision in time so that when he realizes what he really wants to do, it is not too late. He should secure such a profession that it is pleasant for him to do work and not to approach work for the purpose of fulfilling his duty. After all, education is not just about learning and passing a lesson in school. Education is much more. I never let my schoolwork get in the way of my education. Education is a tool with which people build new ways. Education is a lamp that helps a person to choose the right path in the darkness. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you. Thank you, dear Aliko. Thank you for your presentation. Thank you
Thank you
for
inviting
talking
me for
about
this webinar.
education. Yes, it was really amazing. We learned and we listened a lot about today. We are learning to listen. That is today's point. Learn to listen. So, I want to thank you once again. So moving from Georgia, let us go to Azerbaijan. Dear Shalala, welcome Shalala Mamadi from
Yes,
Azerbaijan.
I'm here. Thank you, dear Professor Nada, for giving me a word. I am very honored to be among you. I just want to note that after quite a long break, we have gathered here today to celebrate our exchange of insights, experiences, and I hope that these conferences for teachers will also be held regularly, monthly, and I'm sure that our teachers will benefit from them. So now let me share my screen. Okay, can you see it?
Not yet. Now, yes, but you can put a full screen, Shalala.
Okay, I'm trying. Okay, so my topic is called UNESCO Standards in Education. Okay, Okay, you know that UNESCO is a UN specialized agency organization which deals with issues in the field of culture, science, and education. And it started its official activities on November 4, 1946. The main functions of UNESCO. Among the main functions, we can name these functions to ensure the respect for the fundamental human rights and freedoms, justice and the law, as declared in the UN Declaration for all people, regardless of race, religion, gender. And also, this organization tries to contribute to strengthening of peace and security by expanding cooperation between nations in the fields of education, science, and culture. And there are some key points on education in UNESCO documents. For example, contribution to the achievement of the UN Sustainable Development Goals. Sustainable Development Goals, or Millennium Goals, or some people call them global goals. We constantly pay due attention to this topic in IIU's conferences, student conferences. Also, quality education for all. Of course, we all know the importance of education in everyone's life. Economic development of countries, it's a main factor in reducing poverty and improving welfare. And as a proof of this, for example, we can show very different countries: Singapore, Finland, Ireland, Korea, and Chile, each of which was among the poor countries 35 years ago. But look at them now, what kind of differences they have due to the education system. So by getting education, developing one's capabilities, a person participates in public life, participates in improving the health of his family, welfare of his family and society, protects the environment, contributes not only to the economy of his country, but also to its cultural heritage. And by providing access to high quality education. As we always like to repeat that no child should be deprived of education. We ensure that everyone could benefit from the advantages of education and could contribute to the economic development of his own country. And the other, among the other key points, we can show, for example, inclusion in education. We'll look at them closely later. Gender equality, lifelong learning, the importance of vocational education, digital literacy, and media literacy. So, about inclusion in education. You know, inclusion, it's a set of activities that embraces diversity, that helps build a sense of belonging in children, in students. And it's based on the belief that each person is valuable and each person has a personalized knowledge, potential, which makes him different from others. And about advantages, we have made some advance. We have improved the situation. For example, if we look at statistics, we can see that in the last 20 years, the cases of truancy have decreased by half. Also, 2/3 of education systems have adopted the concept of inclusion, which includes multiple marginalized groups. Also, countries are increasingly moving away from the medical special model. It means that we try not to treat the people with disabilities as people having, how to say, medical problems. Yes, we try to deal them equally. The number of children with limited health opportunities in schools dropped from 75% in 2005 to 53% in 2015. Also, schools are expanding their support systems for such groups, and they make those systems work. Of the 30 education systems reviewed, 23 offer advice and mentoring in this field, 22 offer learning support, and 21 offer specialist or therapist support to such students. But we still have some problems. We still have to face some challenges. For example, every third student with special needs in Central and Eastern Europe is still attends special schools, not general public schools. In 15 out of 30 educational systems, school admission depends on sorts of medical psychological assessment and other selection processes. In 22 out of 30 education systems, there are special classes, classrooms, or special schools for language minorities. And in most cases, this is bad because it works against inclusion. And about gender equality in education, again, it's our one of favorite topics. We often discuss it. What problems do we have? Still, women in different parts of the world face discrimination in many spheres, such as work, salary division, public decision making. Still, there are cases of educational deprivation. Still, there are cases of child marriages, as we know. What can be done? For simple tips here, you can see, if you are a young girl, don't drop out of school, continue getting education, encourage your female classmates to stay in school, If you are a woman, you should speak out against cases of discrimination, which is a great barrier to reach your full potential, to equal opportunities. If you are a man or a boy, still you can support your female classmates. You can build a healthy, you can, no, it should be said like you should build healthy relationships with women, with girls, based on respect. You can invest in education campaigns to change such harmful laws that prevent our women, our girls from reaching their goals, from reaching their full potential. And also technical vocational education. This is also one of the issues that is considered as very important in the UNESCO documentations, because it's a part of continuous education. Why? Because it allows to acquire professional skills and knowledge for the youth. It is convenient for people with disabilities. It empowers them to earn money, to become independent, to find job places, to grow socially. It's convenient for economically vulnerable groups of the population. And about digital literacy, ICT, information communication technologies. You know, there is a quote from the UNESCO report on education in and for the information society, and it says that ICT is a tool that provides people with opportunities, changing, improving education. So here we should pay attention to these three stages: technical literacy, deepening of knowledge, and creating knowledge. Technical literacy, the main goal of this approach is to prepare our students, our citizens, and labor forces to acquire new knowledge, to have some basic technology knowledge necessary for social development and to increase the efficiency of their work for the sake of economy. And deepening of knowledge, the goal of this approach is to improve the skills of our learners, citizens, in order to prepare them to benefit society and economy. They should be able to apply what they learn in school in real life situations. They should be able to solve real world problems. And creating knowledge. The goal of this approach is to increase productivity by educating students, citizens, and again workers who can sustainably participate in knowledge creation. In other words, simply put, they at the end of this stage, they should become lifelong learners. They can educate themselves later. So it's a part of 21st century skills as well. And media literacy. Media literacy is also very essential part of 21st century skills. About media literacy indicators, what are they? Being aware of your information needs, being able to find information and evaluating its quality, searching and storing information, finding ethical ways and efficient ways to use information, and applying information to acquire and transmit your knowledge. So how can we demonstrate our media literacy skills in practice? It's very simple. At least all of us pay attention to having common interests or friends when accepting someone's friendship offer on social networks, yes? This way we show a certain selectivity. From time to time, we unfriend people who share content that is completely against our views. We revise our friend list from time to time. We do not follow and boycott pages that we don't like, that have lost their credibility in our eyes. From time to time, we freeze our social account and limit the flow of information. How can we explain again media literacy issues in through simple examples? Okay, we don't believe everything that we hear or read, right? We try to analyze information. We approach it critically. We understand that it can be false, fake news, that we can be manipulated through information. We try to turn to trusted sources of information when we need to get some important information. Media literacy also allows us to create quality content. For example, we can create our own blogs, groups, pages, share interesting and informative digital content. And it's a very essential skill because it's one of the inevitable conditions of democracy and progress. It increases the power of citizens. We gain the understanding of how, where, from whom, and when we can find, search for and obtain information that we are interested in. It gives us additional opportunities to improve our everyday life, to determine the ways of development, social changes. In other words, we can define our own lives ourselves. And that's all from me today.
Great, Shalala. Wonderful.
I hope you liked it.
Yes, we like it. We like the UNESCO's things. You explain us all, media literacy, everything. So great, Shalala. Thank you.
Thank
you
you.
for sharing it with us. Now I want to call my dear friend. Where is he? Kakaber. Kakaber. Kakaber.
Yes.
Hi. Please, Kakaber, we want you to share one video, please. Our teacher Irena Biba couldn't join. She had problems, but she make a video. So let us hear youth development in Albania.
Hello to everyone. Thank you for having me today. I want to congratulate you for this grateful session. Thank you, Dr. Piyush Pandit and Dr. Inga Kharchilava. I truly appreciate you. As always, I'm honored being here with you, talking about youth generation, how to provide quality education in our schools, in our community. I live in Albania. I live in Tirana. Tirana is the capital city of Albania. Young generation are those who make our lives livelier and happier, who design the future and make the change, the ones with full hope and enthusiasm to go further and make the impossible possible. As every country of Europe or Asia or America, Albania as well is surrounded by a very fruitful young ladies and gentlemen. The young development in Albania has faced many problems, such as the difference between the levels of development of the youth that live in the other cities of Albania with the ones of the capital here in Tirana. Albania is a country blessed where high mountains finish in seas, where groundwater resources are numerous, and with the conducive climate to produce almost all kinds of fruits, and where vegetation is very diverse. If the youth will be directed towards learning of foreign languages and in recognition of their territories, traditions, and costumes, Thus, we would make a big step. When we talk about youth, always comes to my mind a sentence written by Anne Frank, perhaps in the most difficult moments of her life. How wonderful is that no one need to wait a single moment before starting to improve the world. We are now starting to improve the world of young people. A world that is good for youth, it's also a good world for everyone. Okay, what have we done for youth development in our country? I want to talk a little bit about after-school activities. In Albania, very widely depending on factors including age, background, and the participation of youth. Research on after-school programming finds that the most effective activities adapt to individual and small group needs. Furthermore, programming should be as engaging as possible, incorporating hands-on activities and connecting with students' interests and experiences. Different types of after-school activities in our school include academics. These types of activities are intended to build on and enhance students' learning outside of class time. They can take the form of more traditional instruction, complete with assessment, or more interactive activities intended to actively engage youth. These activities should be well aligned with what students are learning during the school day. These could be summer learning programs, reading on math after school enrichment. The Ministry of Education here provides strategies for connecting after-school activities to the school day now. These programs have activities that are built on promoting specific skills related to a specialty topic, such as sports, arts, science, and technology, youth development, and more. Typical program activities provided include soccer, drama, videography, poetry, coding, homework, health, arts, and craft activities. These activities are provided by content experts and lead to specific outcomes in terms of young people gaining specialized skills. Community service projects provide an enriching experience for youth as they connect to them, to their community, and instill feelings of empowerment. Furthermore, these activities can provide valuable work experience, particularly for youth from disadvantaged backgrounds. Field trips, we love a lot. Field trips are an exciting way to enrich a child's life outside of the normal classroom environment. They can include trips to museums, parks, zoos, aquariums, or any other local attraction that youth might find engaging and interesting, no? What about physical activity and nutrition? After-school programs are in unique position to improve youth health outcomes, as they often serve population most at risk for adverse health outcomes and occur at a time of day when many youth are traditionally inactive. Such activities can help your youth make better nutritional decisions and promote physical activity, while increasing self-confidence and emotional well-being. Thank you for listening to me today. Always is a great honor being here. And thank you again, each and everyone, the team of IIU, and you, Dr. Piyush Pandit, you, Nada Ratkovic, and my dear friend, Inga Kharchilava. Greetings again from my little country, Albania.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much there, Irina Abiba. Thank you for a great presentation. We always like to listen to you, and we are really honored to have you with us from Albania. Great educators. Moving from Albania, thank you, dear Kakaber, for sharing. Let us move to Georgia. Again, we are going to Georgia. I want to call great Tiona Gugunshvili. Welcome there, Tiona. Tiona?
Hi everyone. Hello everyone. I am glad to be here now. I start sharing. Hello everyone. I am Teona Gugunishvili from Georgia. And thank you all of you for these opportunities. I'm glad to be here now. We know that education is the most thing in our life and for our generation. Now, I remember these words. Education is the key that unlocks the golden door to freedom. Education is a human right, a powerful driver of development, and one of the strongest instruments for reducing poverty and improving health, gender equality, peace, and stability. It delivers large, consistent returns, it turns income, and is the most important factor to ensure equity and inclusion. Some of the brightest minds in the country can be found on last benches of the classroom. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Does it mean passing the school and acquiring a degree with high marks, or is it something else? Also called the passage to progression. Education brings a permanent change in the thinking abilities for a person and make them able to do certain things while differentiating between what's right and what's wrong. The true essence of education lies in inculcating certain values and information in the individuals. Anyone who understands this concept will understand that quality education comes with a repeated exposure and not hearing more lecture about materialistic topic. This is why Albert Einstein has rightly said education is the most learning of effects, but the training of the mind to think. Then there are two types of education. Formal and informal. I want to say a short form about formal education. Formal education or formal learning usually take place in the premises of school where a person may learn basic academic or trade skills. Small children often attend a nursery or kindergarten, but often formal education begins in elementary school and continues with secondary school. Post-secondary education is usually at college or university, which may grant academic degrees. It is associated with a specific stage and provided under a certain set of rules and regulations. The formal education is given by specially qualified teachers. They are supposed to be efficient in the art of instruction. It also observes strict disciplines. The student and the teacher both are aware of the facts and engage themselves in the process of the education. Examples of formal education: learning in classroom, school grading, certification, college and university degrees, planned education of different subjects having a proper syllabus acquired by attending the institution. About informal education. Informal education may be upon teaching a child how to prepare a meal or ride bicycle. People can also get an informal education by reading many books from a library or educational websites. Informal education when you are not studying in a school or do not use any particular learning method. In this type of education, conscious efforts are not involved. It's neither planned nor deliberate. It may be learned at some marketplace, hotel, or at home. Unlike formal education, informal education is not imparted by any institution such as school or college. Informal education is not given according to any fixed timetable. There is not set curriculum required. Informal education consists of experiences and actually living the familiar community. Example of informal education: teaching the child some basics such as numeric characters, someone learning his or her mother tongue, a spontaneous type of learning. If a person standing in a bank learns about opening and maintaining the account at the bank from someone. In addition to formal education, in our school are intensively conducted. It helps students understand the sustainable development goals and implement them in their daily lives. For this purpose, various clubs have been created in the school. Among them are the Chemistry and Chemical Technology Club, the Eco Club, the English Club for Bullying and Environmental Protection, and many others. For purpose of informal education, training held for children, where teachers talk to students about various current topics. Students present of this in the form of presentations. Diffusion of education and foreign knowledge is taking place in this school. Personally, I have implemented many projects on bullying, environmental protection, culture, and sports. The last project I did in 9th grade was education in our life. This is our presentations for my students, education in our life. And in the future, I plan to implement similar projects again in order to raise the motivation of students and contribute to this fulfillment of sustainable development goals, so that the next generation will be educated and focused on world welfare. Here's the literature. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, dear Theo. It was amazing presentation and speech about education. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's really honor to listen and to have you today on this European education conference. Thank you so much. Now, still in Georgia, moving, I think, to another city, to another place. And calling an educator, amazing educator, our dear Maka Sikuralidze. Dear Maka, enlighten us. Hello.
Hello, everyone. I am very happy to be here. I try share my screen. Excuse me. All speakers were amazing, and congratulations this amazing conference. Thank you very much for my invitation. I want to talk about different learning styles in English language teaching. I am from Georgia. I am Maka Sikuralidze. I am a private teacher. Equality education had the power to transform societies in a single generation, provide children with the protection they need from the hazards of poverty, labor exploitation, and disease, and giving them the knowledge, skills, and confidence to reach their full potential. I am an English teacher, and for me, each lesson is the most important moment of my life because I learn a lot with my students as a result of these lessons. Being a teacher means having a great sense of responsibility, first of all, to yourself. If you don't have that, you will never be a good teacher. I have to be developed. If you stop at one level, if you stop your development and say that I have learned everything and it's over for me and I have reached teaching, then you are not really a good teacher. The more you develop, the more interesting you are to students. And it's very important for me that all my lessons are different from each other, result-oriented and loaded with various interesting activities. And why it is important to use different learning styles when teaching students. It's important for teachers to know their learners be preferred learning styles because this knowledge will help teachers to plan their lessons, to make or adapt their teaching, and to provide the most appropriate and meaningful activities or tasks to suit a particular learner group at different stages. And what is the role of drawing in English? I know that drawing plays a big role in our cognitive development. Furthermore, it facilitates people in improving hand-eye coordination, analytic skills, creative thinking, and conceptualizing ideas. As such, drawing must be used as a tool for learning in schools and at the lessons, especially at my English lessons. That's why I often use activities connected to the drawing at my English lessons. Now I talk about how I use music in English lessons. When start my lesson, I introduce them a new topic. For example, education, physics, or sports, and so on. Teach them and build vocabulary and idioms. After that, I ask them to join competition and to speak and sing about different kinds of topics. The more words they remember around a specific topic, the longer their song will be and the winner will be. Learning English with songs will help my students improve their listening and speaking skills, vocabulary and pronunciation. I teach them new words and phrases, and most importantly, it will make learning English really enjoyable and fun. And this type of lesson they like very much. And as an educator, one of your goals is getting students to engage with the curriculum. With that in mind, the best creative ideas for a lesson plan are usually those that manage to be meaningful and relevant to your students. Creative lesson plans can introduce new opportunities to encourage critical thinking and problem-solving skills among your students, as well as help children to develop their own original ideas. And I discovered that the why method is very useful and important method for my lessons. This method involves creating, analyzing, and modifying a list of hierarchy of knowledge. Using the why method involves the process of laying out a hierarchy of abstract concepts into one cohesive structure can help students to understand how to categorize those concepts. It can also help you evaluate the relationships between complex ideas and why one may be connected to the other, building a far more connected framework among sometimes nebulous concepts. And I am a private tutor, so in my lessons, my students always have the opportunity to be free, learn as much as possible, but they can do it comfortably. I mean, through movement instead of sitting at a desk for hours, how this skill is necessary at school and so on. Use movement method at the lesson and your lesson is more different and very interesting. There are many creative ways to introduce a lesson using physical activity, which can make it easier for students to stay mentally engaged with the material. If you are having a student discussion and having students choose between two sides, have the students representing each side stand on the opposite side of the room, or have them more along a spectrum to show how much they agree or disagree. Why it is important for teachers to know the different learning styles of learners and their multiply intelligences. It's also very important for teachers to understand their learners' learning styles and multiply intelligences, since they can carefully identify their goals and design activities that can teach to the different intelligences and design student-centered activities. Recent technological inventions have significantly changed teaching learning approaches. Today, it is important to plan a lesson based on the student's interests, where the ability and needs of each student will be taken into account. Today's educational process is student-centered, where students are maximally involved in the learning process and acquire knowledge through modern approaches with the help of the teacher. And often teachers following traditional methods try to avoid active learning projects because they feel that they lose the students' attention when they start a discussion. In fact, an active learning process forces the participant to think, talk, and share information with others. It also involves cooperation and finding joint solutions to problems. Using the above methods, the learning process is as pleasant as possible and a source of inspiration for further development. These are just some of the methods that I actively use in my lessons in modern teaching, and as a result of positive feedback from my students, I try more and more to diversify my lessons with different methods. Today, teaching has acquired many new features and continues to develop. That's why, in addition to modern approach, every person who dares to call himself a teacher must possess a number of skills that will contribute to the effectiveness of education. Thank you very much for your great attention. Thank you, IIU. Thank you, Mr. Peush Pandit. Thank you, my great motivator, Inga Kharchilava. Thank you, my Georgian teams, Mr. Kakhaber, dear Nino, dear Mariam. Thank you, my Nada Ratkovic, for your great support. Thank you, all speakers. Thank you, audience. I am very happy to be here. Congratulations, this
Thank
amazing
you.
conference. Thank you
Thank
very
you. Thank you
much.
so much, dear Maka. Thank you for your great presentation. In addition, as you said, you give us a lot of
Can you hear my voice?
yes, dear Maka,
Hello?
please stop sharing. Maka, stop sharing.
Yes.
Dear Nada,
Yes,
can
yes,
you
I
hear my
hear you.
voice?
Zia, yes, I hear
Good
you.
morning,
We hear you.
good afternoon. Yes. Hello, good morning and good evening and good afternoon, everyone. I'm from Georgia, and unfortunately, and I do not have the electricity at this moment. But I would like to say hello to everyone, to wish all of you a success, and I would like to appreciate to your hard work. I really love you, all of you, all participants, all listeners. Thank you for today's session.
Zia, thank you. Thank you so much for your beautiful and warm words. We know that you would be with us, but we know that the bad weather problem with connection, no electricity
Yeah.
today. So don't worry. We will have so many opportunities to listen you because
Yes, of
you are,
course.
yes, because you are
Yes.
great. And we want to hear you
Thank you.
again.
Thank you. I'll be with you.
Yes, you will. So let me see who here left. I want Liko, I10. So, my dear friend, Kakaber left?
Oh, we will be.
Yes, dear Kakaber, dear Nino, and dear Miriam. I think what Georgia team say, please.
Hello, everyone. I am Kakhaber Chakwetadze from Georgia. Today, we are talking about sustainable development goals and high-quality education. Our speakers gave interesting presentations today. To the speakers, listeners, thank you, Mr. Peush Pandit, the founder of the International Internship University, for this opportunity. Thanks to Professor Nada Ratkovic for constant support, and to our Georgian team leader, Mrs. Inga Kharchilava. Thanks to Mrs. Nino Tsartsidze and Maria Mamagulashvili for positive cooperation. Together, we will be able to change our future for the better. Thanks. Good luck to everyone.
Wow, I want
Great, Kakaber, wonderful.
Kakaber, yes. Kakaber, wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I want to thanks to our great Miriam for doing an amazing marketing, great posters, great certificates, everything. Thanks to our Nina, who is constantly working every day. So many links, so many help. Thank you. So I want to thanks to our great Georgian team. I want to thanks to all our amazing educators today from Egypt, from Azerbaijan, from Albania, from Georgia. So, Dr. Inga Kharchilava, what you say?
Yes, dear. Oh my God. But first time I would like to invite Nino. Please tell us something.
Welcome.
Because she
Welcome.
now talking English. Thank you, dear. Please.
Welcome to everyone and congratulations. I am happy for today's amazing conference. I want to thank all the speakers, listeners. Thank you, Mr. Peyush Pandit, to founder of the International Internship University for this opportunity. Thanks to Professor Nada Ratkovich for your constant support. Thanks to our Georgian team leader, Ms. Inga Kharchilava. Thanks to Mr. Kakhaber Chakwetadze and Ms. Maria Mamagulashvili for excellent collaboration. Together, we will be able to change our future for the better. Thanks and good luck, everyone.
Wow, thank you.
Great. Great, Nino.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Dear Nada, IIU is a real revolution. You see, my team speak English. It's wow,
They
great.
all listen, all Georgian learn English, and today we have an important topic on how to learn and improve the English
Yes.
while listening. So today our grade 18 all share that how can we improve it listening. So doctor from Egypt call us on the TESOL webinars to improve to listen. So we will this summer we can do what we want to do. I wish to all the educators a very blessed and happy summer. That is first. Please take a little rest. Fill your battery for the new energy because autumn and new school and academic year will come very soon. So try to take a
Yes.
little rest.
Yes.
Here.
You are like, Mariam, can you hear me? Mariam Mamagulashvili, can you hear me?
Hello. Hello, everyone. And Maria Mamagulashvili. And congratulations. I want to thank the speakers, all the speakers. Thank to Peyush Pandit for this opportunity. Thank to Professor Nada Ratkovich. Thank to our Georgian team's leader, Inga Kharchilava. Thanks to Mr. Kakhaber Chakwetadze, Nino Tsartsidze. Good luck. Thank you.
You are amazing. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Listen, I want to wish to this great Georgian team best wishes for the bike up. You very soon are going to package your things and you're going to India. So have a great time. Enjoy in India, in India's beauty. And yes, you still have an opportunity to join this great team for the bike up. So don't wait, don't hesitate. Contact our great Dr. Inga Kharchilava, our project director, Bike Up, for the biggest interactive project. So you can also be a part of that project. Thank you, our Sir Piyush Pandit, for this opportunity for great IIU. Every day you see we are coming with something new. We have so many new things, so wait, be patient, and you will see very soon what we are preparing. Our great IIU team, our great IIU team, our great IIU all members who are working very hardly with us on the new projects. So, Dr. Inga, what do you want to say?
Dear Nada, yes. Greetings to all with great respect. I'm very, very happy and excited. Why? Because July 1st is the anniversary day. Your project is 1 year old. In addition, the European teachers, we always have guests from other continents, yes. This project brought together teachers from Europe and other continents for a common goal. Let's take care of a bright future together. All speakers today share your knowledge and experience. Wow, well done. Congratulations to all of you. A big thank you again to all the extraordinary speakers, the organizing team, the amazing IIU team, and of course, your founder, Mr. Peyush Pandit, who created the International Internship University. And big thanks to a big clap, Dr. Nada Ratkovic, co-founder, IIU. Thank you, dear. You are always with us. We have so many problems today, but
no, we didn't have no problem. We don't have ever problems.
Yes,
no.
But dear Shalale, thank you so much. All team, dear Dali, Aliko, Aitan, and Teona, and Nigar, all speakers. Thank you for a great, amazing speaker we have today. Thank you, all of you. Congratulations, team. Congratulations, IIU. Great job today. Thanks a lot, all. Mariam, Kahaber, Nino, proud of you. Maka, great, wonderful.
And I want to once again congratulate the great Georgian team, how they improved their English language. A big clap for Nino, for Mariam, for Kahaber. Great. Till autumn, there will be no Georgian language, only English.
Yes.
But I like listen also Georgian.
IIU is a revolution. Yes. Thank you so much, dear Nada. Thank you.
So, till our next event, stay safe, stay healthy. And yes, once again, I want to wish you all the very blessed and happy holidays. Please try to rest. And yes, join us in our next session because we are coming very soon with new project. So let us finish for today. One big, please, Nigar, please tell Maka, open your camera. Maka, tell Nigar, open the camera. We want to make a photo. This is a 1-year celebration of IIU Europe Teacher Conference.
Yes, dear. You remember first conference, dear Nada?
Yes.
Yes.
Yelena,
Yes.
oh, we are not finished.
Oh my God.
Oh, we have a new guest. Wow. So, where is there Dr. Yelena Boshkovich, my neighbor?
Dear Elena.
Wow, you come.
Thanks, Nad. Good evening. Much problem, internet.
Dr. Yelena, Dr. Yelena, can you open the camera?
Oh, well done.
Čekaj, Maco, sad dok ja uključim čekaj, dok uključim email. Jao, što sam srećna, Nado. Pa znaš da je provideri su bili, evo sad je bio majstor zub dobili smo, svašta sam sad, cijelo vrijeme ja se bavim internetom.
Slušaj, u zadnji čas ja sam tamo završavala. At the last minute, our Dr. Yelena solved her problem.
Thank you. Good evening, afternoon, good morning, world. I role on knowledge and addition on modern society. Education quote that show why education is important. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Life as you were to dear tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. Mahatma Gandhi. I will discuss today the role of knowledge and education in contemporary society. They are prosperities for its development. Thanks to the knowledge and education of individual can actively participate in society, to assume different social role and orient in it. As the results of scientific knowledge, skills, competence, and their application in practice in today's society, education is being transformed into a broader concept of learning in and out institutional, physical, and time frame. This enables the development of modern information technology. Individuals who possess knowledge and skill is represented by available resources, contributed to choosing and development of society. Therefore, investment in science and education, and therefore in human resource, bring great benefits to individual and society. As a whole, individual and social group occupy certain place in society based on knowledge, and they have improved areas of human life as society. I include, I'm tired my internet problem. I include that top expert with their knowledge and work contributed to increasing the level of development of the country and the standard of the population. Therefore, their departure inevitable causes a slowdown or even a state back on the economic development of the home country. The progress, the economy of the country, they want to solve or elevate this problem. Among other things, a system of upbringing and education is needed in sources favorable opportunities for the development of human being throughout life, or with and personal participation in intellectual, emotional, physical, moral, and spiritual activity in order to achieve to higher quality of life. Thank you for attention. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry. My
no
problem,
sorry,
internet.
no
I'm
sorry.
tired. My internet.
We are so happy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very
dear.
much for my time. Thank you, Dr. Inga. Thank you.
Thank you,
It
dear.
was a
Thank you.
really
Thank you
strong
so much.
speech at the end, and we are really happy that you join us at the end, at the last minute. Dr.
Yes.
Yelena, you keep doing a great work. So, our great academician, Professor Dr. Yelena Boshkovich, one of the best and famous scientists, researchers in Serbia.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm sorry.
No, listen, please. Podigne malo glavu, podigne glavu. Serbia.
Podigla se glavu, više sam se smorila, Nado. Smorila sam se.
Kada mogu napraviti jednu lijepu sliku, evo, šta ti se glave vidilo? Evo ga.
Evo. Thank you. Thank you for my picture. Thank you. Thank you.
So we come now to the end of the session. Thank you, Jelena. Hvala, Jelena. Thank
Bilo
you
je jako
all.
malo. Ima dosta sam ja pripremila, ali umorila sam se, Nado, jako sa kompjuterom.
Nema veze. It's okay. Great.
It's okay. That's okay.
Yes, it was shortly but very powerful and strong message today for our great educators, for our great audience. I want to thank to our audience for being with us, for supporting us on our great conference and in all IIU sessions. So once again, thank you, dear Aitan, thank you, Eliko, thank you, Dali, thank you, Nino, Shalala, Nigar, Yelena, Miriam, Kakaber, Maka, Tea, and also our doctor from Egypt. She left us, and it was really awesome. So till our next session, stay safe, stay healthy, and let us continue, learn, and grow together in IIU Europe conferences, in all IIU training sessions, conferences, and everything. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much to all of you, and congratulations again. Wow, wonderful, wonderful, amazing, brilliant work. Thank you, dear Nada, for everything. Thank you all.
See you soon, everyone.
Yes, see
Bye.
you. Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
dear. Thank
Bye.
you.
Take care. See you soon.
Bye. 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 Bye from
Bye.
Serbia.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Kakabet,
Bye.
bye. Bye, bye, Kakabet. Special for
Bye bye.
Kakabet.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Bye bye.
Bye,
Bye.
Laldi.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.